Hey, what's happening, paintball people? My name is Kalen. I'm with Mongoose PB, and today I wanted to start a short video series on getting to know your TiPX. I recently received my tip in TiPX by FedEx from ansgear.com, and I always do a lot of really exhaustive research before I purchase a paintball marker, before I order anything for my paintball kit. So I kind of wanted to share with you some of the things that I've learned along the way about the Tipman TiPX and some of the various tips and tricks that you can employ once you get one of your own, if you decide to get one of these excellent paintball pistols for yourself. So we'll start with the first video segment today. Try to keep these really short, and those kind of be like little tutorial guides. So let me know if you find these helpful. Leave any comments or suggestions in the comments section below the video if you want to see further content. If you have suggestions for future content, please leave those in the comments also, and I'll try to get to as many as I can. So enjoy! Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the first segment of this tips and tricks video, and we'll talk about some of the different things that you can learn about loading or reloading your magazines while you're using the Tipman TiPX pistol. If you're using the standard 7-round true feed magazines like I have here, then there are a couple of quick and easy tricks that you can learn to help you load these a little bit faster. If you're only carrying a limited number of magazines on the field, and if you're trying to use this a lot more as a primary marker, or if you're using it as a secondary but you want to be able to reload quickly on the go, then these are kind of the building blocks for where you would start. So we'll just start with a simple magazine load. Some of this information is just covered in the user manual for the marker, which I highly encourage you to read on your own if you get one of these pistols, but sometimes it's easier just to see somebody else do it before you try it on your own. So with your standard 7-round true feed magazine, you have these little tabs here on either side of the magazine, and if I hold this up to the camera, you'll see there's a clear slot where you can see the spring and you can see the feed mechanism up here on top. So what you need to do, or what the best thing to do is to pull down on those two tabs and then to slide this down until that locks into place down at the bottom. From there, it's quite easy just to take your paintballs and then feed them in through the top. They made a little bit of resistance there, but if you just push it in with the tip of your finger, then you can pretty easily just load the magazine like that. And then you'll notice that these have a little bit of slack, so they will rattle around a little bit because that spring is not under tension right now. It's just basically that latch that's holding the balls in place, and then the spring will be released once you load the magazine into the marker itself. Now that we've explored how to do a standard load on a 7-round true feed magazine, I wanted to show you a really quick and easy way to reload your magazines quickly if you're on the field. And say you've used up all your ammunition but you want to be able to reload quickly on the field. Well, one great way to do that is to carry in some way on your person some of these 10-round paintball tubes. And these are very inexpensive paintball tubes. You can get these online, and I think they maybe run about 14 or 15 cents a piece. So you can get a 10-pack of these pretty cheaply on most paintball retailer websites, or if you have a paintball vendor or a paintball store around where you live, then you can go ahead and get some of these pretty quickly. The ones that I have here are only filled with 7 paintballs a piece, and that's because I'm only working with a 7-round magazine right now. I would not carry these onto the field like this because, as you can see, they're going to shake around and you could quite easily burst a paintball in the tube if you were to take a bad dive or something like that, or if you're moving around quite a bit and they get jostled. So this is just for demonstration purposes. But basically what you want to do here is you want to take your 7-round true feed magazine like I showed you earlier, pull the tab down, and then there's a little latch here at the top of the magazine, and this is basically, it's like a ball detent. It's spring-loaded, and it moves back and forth, and this gets released when you insert the magazine into the mag well of the pistol. But when it's not inserted, it basically holds the paintballs in the magazine so they don't go flying everywhere. But if you take your 10 round paintball tube and you kind of tip it upside down, and then you use the lip of the paintball tube to scoop that out of the way. Then it just kind of presses all the paintballs down into the tube, just like that. So see, that was much faster than me feeding them in one by one. So that's kind of a quick and easy way to reload your magazines on the field. And you might even be able to stick some wadding or something in there if you're using the 7-round True Feed magazines to simulate the missing 3 paintballs, and therefore you wouldn't be shaking your magazines all over the place and then losing the paint. This last trick is one that I recommend you try at your own risk. And this is basically a tip that I picked up from another paintball YouTuber's channel. And basically, the concept is that you can actually get 9 paintballs into your first load of a 7-round True Feed magazine. That doesn't mean that you can load 9 paintballs into a 7-round True Feed magazine, but rather that you can load 9 paintballs into the paintball marker and actually get 9 shots off of your first load. So the way that you actually do this trick is you take your standard 7-round True Feed magazine here, and it's fully loaded with 7 paintballs. And what you can do is you can actually drop 1 and 2 paintballs into the mag well of the paintball marker, and they actually sit in the breech of the paintball gun down here where they're not sitting in the mag well directly. And then what you want to do, and you basically have to make sure you tip the paintball gun forward so that gravity pushes that second ball towards the front of the mag well, and then you can load the magazine in like this. And what happens is you actually have 1 in the breech, 1 directly behind it in this area, and then those 7 balls are still stacked in the magazine as they would be before. There's just enough room to fit 2 paintballs in here. But the trick is you have to make sure that you hold it forward like I was showing you, like this. Otherwise you'll smash that other paintball in between the magazine and inside of the mag well, which makes for a big mess. And basically, in order to get all the paint out, you have to disassemble the marker completely just to get all of that crap out of there. So again, it's kind of a cool tip. If you eject the mag, then those 2 balls come out and you haven't lost any paint from your magazine, and there you go. 9 shots out of a 7-round True Feed magazine load for the first load. So there you have it. There's a few quick and easy tips and tricks about the TiPX marker that you may not have known about before. I'll post some more videos and short segments about the TiPX over the course of the next week or so here, and I'll try to think of some new suggestions for new video content on the channel. But until next time, this is Kalen with Mongoose PB, wishing you a great day, and I hope to see you on the field.